Hi besties, I hope you are having an amazing day when you are seeing this, when you are watching this. This is the face behind the hands you always see. So I wanted to come on here and do a face-to-face intro for today's video because I'm so excited about it. So today we are doing a pick a card like normal, but today we were actually collaborating with one of my sweet friends, Lauryn, who is known as Psychic Lauryn, both here on YouTube and on other socials as well. This is her name. I have to like hold my hands up so high. But this is her name here. Lauryn is so awesome. I connected with her on Instagram ages ago, and I just really, really value her content and the content she makes, and I feel like there needs to be more of it on social media. That's my cat. More of it on social media, and I just love what she's doing, and I absolutely adore her, so I'm so excited to talk about our collaboration today. So Lauryn is a psychic development coach who also offers videos online just like I do on YouTube, but she also she offers more of like the developmental side of the psychic energy and all of that. It is so interesting. Definitely go check out her channel. She does offer online psychic courses. People can also book private readings through her website and coaching sessions all through her website. Everything is going to be linked down in my description. And Lauryn is so smart and has like a link tree, so you just click on it and it'll take you to all of her links. Or think I'm gonna make one. Thank you for that idea. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but thank you, queen. She also does live readings on her channel every Tuesday. They are so much fun. I have watched many myself and I enjoy them. I love them. They are always interesting and they are every Tuesday. So definitely check out her channel as well. Lauryn is just so awesome and such a wonderful energy to bring to the YouTube community. And I am so happy she is here. So let's go ahead and talk about our collaboration today. So what we're going to be doing is here on my channel, I'm going to be doing my pick a cards like I always do. But at the end of each pile, there's going to be a section different for every single pile, intuitively picked based on Lauryn's, intuition, her psychic abilities and things like that. And she's going to provide a psychic exercise for every single pile that'll help you connect better with your spirit guides. I get asked all the time, Liv, you always talk about spirit guides. How do we connect with them? And there's no better person to help kind of segue into that energy than Lauryn. So she's going to provide all those exercises for each pile after the pile pick that we do, the pick a card shebang. And then also on Lauryn's channel, we filmed a whole interview over there and it's so much fun. We talk about tarot, some common misconceptions, how to watch tarot videos, things that you might not realize, and all of that good jazz plus interviews. So definitely go check Lauryn's channel out as well. I'm going to link the video down below in my description for you guys to check it out, but definitely make sure you go over there, let her know I sent you, and I'm really excited. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this super fun collaboration. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your piles that you have here. If you are new to pick a cards, you can pick in a plethora of ways. You can pick if you are called to any of the stones you see here, which I will show you up close and personal. You can pick based off of the pile number 1, 2, or 3. You can even drop down your description or the description and see if your lucky number is next to the pile. Oh my gosh, in the time code. So say for example, the time code for number 1 is 555. Maybe that's a lucky number for you and you might want to click on that one. Really, you can pick in so many ways. The only thing I would suggest to you is take a few deep breaths, ground yourself, ask your spirit guides, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to teach me? Please allow me to see this because I'm having a hard time, or whatever it looks like for you. Like, please show me what it is I need to see. Spirit, please speak through me, speak loudly, speak clearly, and speak to me. All right, but be gentle to yourself, okay? This is fun. This is fun, high vibes. For pile number 1, we have this gorgeous carnelian palm stone here. I've talked about this stone before and how I feel like in the front it looks like there is a face inside, like 2 eyes, a nose, and a sad mouth, and it used to freak me out the first time I saw it because it just like really caught me off guard, but now I love it and I think it's very special. Pile number 2 is green calcite. This is a raw piece of green calcite here. This is one of my favorite stones and I know that this is a fan favorite as well. So this is going to be pile number 2 stone. And then pile number 3, we have gorgeous green fluorite. This is a green fluorite heart. And is it green fluorite or rainbow fluorite? I think it's green fluorite. It's green fluorite, but it has some purple and stuff in there as well. But this is fluorite. It's one of my favorite stones as well. And it is just such a comforting, wonderful feeling to hold into your hand. And I just love all of these stones, okay? So again, take some deep breaths. Ask your guides what they're trying to tell you. And I'm going to give you all some time with some meditation music to chill out and vibe out and pick your pile. And I will see you cuties for your pile pick. right, pile number 1 with the beautiful carnelian stone here. Absolutely wonderful choice. We are going to tune in today to a message from our spirit guides. What do our spirit guides have to say? I'm not pinpointing on anything specific: career, love, finances, health, etc. I'm not pinpointing one exact thing. I'm being super open to the flow of source and of the universe, and just being very open to what source has to say. And so that's what I am embracing today. So let's go ahead and see. I pulled one card to kind of get like the base energy of your reading, and then we're going to go through and pull some cards for y'all. Y'all got the shaman card, trust in higher forces. So first and foremost, I definitely feel like y'all are a very shamanic pile, and if that makes you uncomfortable, don't roll with it, babe, okay? But shamans, does like having this card being pulled doesn't just mean that you're being called to be a shaman. However, I do think there are some of you that have already been kind of feeling that way, and this is just a loud confirmation for you. But for some of y'all, this is representational that there is a shaman in your past, whether it's an ancestor, whether it is a spirit guide, whether it is a lineage member, whatever it looks like. There is a shaman in your tribe that kind of wants to work with you and wants to connect with you. Shamans are really good about seeing everything, and they're really good about kind of healing, going to our dark places, all about shadow work and everything like that, all right? So if you've been wanting to kind of expand, learn, journey, explore, and do those things, definitely call on the shaman. And if you don't know a name, if nothing comes to mind, just call on shaman spirit guide to kind of come to you and help you see whatever it is you are asking about, okay? This is also a card about trusting in higher forces, meaning trusting in your spirit guides. If you've been going through a rough time lately, if it's been a little rocky, if it's been a little shaky lately, and it's kind of hard to trust, I know that a lot of us right now in 2022, it's been kind of a hard year. This is timeless, so whenever you're seeing it, it's for you, boo, but it's been a rough year. Like, I'll speak from my own personal experience. It's been rocky, it's been rough, and it's only been a month. And a lot of times, like, when we're feeling that way, when we are feeling tired, drained, or exhausted, it can be really hard to want to trust. It can be really hard to trust in our spirit guides, to trust the universe, to trust in source, to trust in divine timing, because nothing feels like it's working out or making sense. But the shaman card here is reminding you that everything is working in divine timing. Everything is happening in divine timing for divine reasons. And I know that sometimes it's hard to hear, or maybe it's even annoying for you to hear, but it's what your guides are trying to remind you of today. And I'm honestly even just getting the energy to breathe a little bit. Yep, you got the Hermit card, okay? Breathe a little bit, release a little bit. You got the Hermit card, retreat and recharge. This is what I've been saying. If you feel like 2022 has already been off to a rocky year, or whenever you are watching this, like I said, it is timeless. But if you feel like it's just been a little bit of a rough time, wow, okay, and you're having a hard time trusting in general, there's a lot of trusting energy here that kind of needs to happen. My love, trust me, trust me, I do understand. I do feel this energy. I do understand what you are going through and what you are feeling. But this is a time to really, really focus on yourself and focus on your healing, because your spirit guides are urging you that there is growth ahead in your future. I don't know where, when, how, why, or I'll probably figure out throughout the reading, but there is most definitely growth ahead of you, whether you're wanting to start something new, whether you're wanting to become a new energy within yourself, whatever it looks like for you, there is a ton of new, like, growth. Okay, so y'all know I like to talk about the butterfly effect, right? So sometimes we are in our goose state, and I feel like maybe right now you've been in the goose state, right? So you were a caterpillar, you knew everything, the world was familiar. It wasn't the best, but it was familiar. Things were fine. You were living on the ground, crawling away, living your best life. And then you went into the goose stage, where you literally lose who you once were. You kind of forget who you are. You forget who your friends were. You kind of lose this part of who you were. So that way you can bloom into the butterfly, which is beautiful. It doesn't mean it's easy though, all right? And what do we have to do when we're in our goose stage? We have to rest. We have to rest and retreat and take a hermit mode, take a hermit stance, retreat and recharge, unplug, babe. If this means unplugging from social media, do it. Y'all know I've been on a social media sabbatical. sabbatical, hiatus and sabbatical, and I combined the two and made habatical. I have been on a social media detox for quite a while now, and I'm probably going to keep doing it because it's just so helpful and necessary for my own mental health. But I've also taken time away from, like I took off the entire month of January for private readings. I needed to do that to rest and recharge, because if you keep going without resting, without retreating, without recharging, you're going to get burnt out. And when we get burnt out, then we're like 10 of Wands energy, we're just like collapsed and can't do anything. Your guides are trying to prevent you from getting to that point. They're trying to prevent you from getting to the point of burnout, for getting to the point of being exhausted. They're telling you, you know what? We are giving you a favor right now. We're doing you a solid, and we're going to provide an opportunity where you have the ability to rest and retreat. Either it's from people, either it is from work, or maybe it's from social media, or whatever your kind of vice is. There's going to be this energy of literally going inward, sitting with yourself and being alone with your thoughts and your feelings. Uncomfortable? Yeah. Worth it? Yes. Okay. Be alone with your feelings. Let them feel, because some feelings deserve to be felt. Okay. Allow your feelings to feel. Allow that uncomfortable feeling in your chest to stir and stir and stir, and it makes you want to just throw up and cry, and you're trying to shove it down. Let it come out, okay? Let your emotions come out. Go into your hermit mode and really work on healing, okay? You also got the Sky Father, trust. You got two cards here about trust. Trust the universe. Hey, trust the universe. Okay, that song keeps coming to my head. That is by Stick, STIC on Spotify. Trust the universe. Look it up. It's a great song. But Sky Father is the representation of like the heavens, or God, or, you know, source energy in the sky. And Sky Father is an incredibly protective energy. And it also is reminding you again to trust the universe. Trust in divine timing. Trust in your spirit guides. Your spirit guides, I literally feel two hands on my shoulders being like, hey, calm down. We've got you. We love you. You're protected. I know it's anxiously driven. I know it can be stressful. I know it's scary to go through this change and go through this journey, but it is happening for the divine timing, for the best reason, and for divine timing. And it's coming to bless you. It's coming to encourage you. It's coming to help you grow, bloom, blossom. But I understand it doesn't feel that way. So be gentle on yourself. Rest, retreat, relax, take a beat, literally let out a deep breath. Okay, do you see how fast I was talking? I mean, I always talk fast, but I definitely started feeling anxious. So pile number one, let's take a deep breath together, actually. Ready? Rest, release, retreat. All right. Trust the universe. Your spirit guides are on your side. Your spirit guides really do have your best interest in heart. Your spirit guides really do only want the best for you. And I just feel like lately there's just been so much crud going on that it's hard to see that. It's hard to even believe that. And I feel like I'm probably even POing some people off when saying that, because you're probably like, Liv, STFO, like, I don't want to hear that. Are you kidding me? Nothing has been working out. Everything has been chaotic. How dare you tell me things are working out? You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. But your guides are heavily trying to remind you to trust the universe and trust in the unknown. Trust in the unknown, because there are so many beautiful things coming ahead for you. You picked on this card, you picked on this pile for a reason, and you picked on a listening to your spirit guide message for a reason. And I feel like it was because you needed confirmation that you are protected, you are seen. That's a loud message I'm getting for you, pile number one, is that you are seen. They see you, they hear you, they feel you, they understand you, and they are there for you, even when it doesn't feel that way. They are there for you, and they have your best interest in heart, all right? So take a beat, take a breath, and ask your guides to remind you of how divinely protected you are. You also had these two that fell out of the pile. You got Snake, shed your old skin. I think that this is why they want you to go through the hermit mode. In the very beginning, when I pulled that shaman card, I was talking about somebody who wants to grow, journey, see, expand, move beyond their current limitations. And again, even when I was talking about, oh my God, why is this just hitting me? Even when I was talking about going through like the butterfly phase and the chrysalis phase, this is literally a shedding of an old skin. You can even use a snake analogy if you want to. You quite literally are losing a part of you. So if there's grief that accompanies that, it's okay. Maybe it's you leaving a job that didn't serve you, a relationship that didn't serve you, a mindset that didn't serve you, social media that didn't serve you. You are being told to shed what does not serve you, release what does not serve you. Why do you need to go into hermit mode? Because this is something that really needs to be released. It's not something that it's like, okay, Anyways, gonna move on to the next thing. Like, no, this is saying this thing that might be kind of hard for you. It might be a big thing you're trying to release. It might be a big attachment. Maybe it is years and years and years of beliefs built up. I'm going through that currently right now with myself. 23 years of beliefs that I've had ingrained in my system that I'm trying to break free of. I'm trying to shed. I'm trying to release. It's not easy. And one way that the best way to do that is by separating myself from the people, places, things, situations that kind of triggered those, so I can figure out what the heck is going on, and I can really heal my wounded self. I can heal and retreat and recharge and rebuild myself up so I can become a better version of myself. But that comes with releasement, and I think that's why you're being pushed to go into the hermit mode, is because you're being called to release what does not serve you. 2022, or whenever you're watching this, 2027, all right, but if you're watching this when it goes live, 2022 is our year. I don't know why I feel like as a society we've been living like half of our lives. And what I mean by that is I feel like I've been operating at 50% my whole life. Like I haven't really been giving my life my all. You know what I'm saying? I give my life half of me, and then I come home and I'm lazy, or which lazy is not a bad thing, but like I'm, just not doing things that serve me. I'm just trying to go with the flow of what society says I should do, or what society says is productive, or whatever it looks like. And now it's like, you know what? 2022 is our freaking year. 2022 is the year that we say, no, I'm going to do what serves me. I'm going to do what benefits me. I'm going to do what blesses me, because I deserve that. I deserve to be happy. I don't have to fall into your social construct or your social norm of what you think is appropriate or acceptable for a young woman my age to do. I'm allowed to be me. I'm allowed to do what I want to do and be what I want to do. Good of all, harm to none. Y'all know the tea. I'm allowed to do what serves me. You don't have to just constantly do things that your parents said you needed to do, that society said you needed to do, that whoever said you needed to do. Be free. Release that old skin and be free. And then going through this journey, then you have the spring card here, which is so beautiful because, like I said again, when I'm filming this, we are still in the winter month, but we are about to enter into spring soon. And this is so beautiful because I really do feel like I wasn't going for a year ahead spread or anything, especially because this was timeless, but I really do feel like y'all's is kind of going in synchronistic order or timeline order, because with the snake, you're being called to release something, you're being called to go into your hermit mode. I think there's going to be a lot of journeying during this time, a lot of shadow work during this time, a lot of awakenings during this time, a lot of connecting with ancestors maybe you weren't aware of during this time. I feel like you're going to build a deeper connection with the gods, heaven, Gaia, source, light, love, energy, which is going to be beautiful and remind you of how protected you are. And then when spring comes around, it's like you are literally seeing yourself grow. You are seeing all of the hard work that you put into yourself start to bloom. You are able to kind of eat the fruits of your labor, or whatever the heck that saying is, but it's like you're about to harvest the fruits of your labor. Like it has been evident that you've put the work and you've put the time in. It's not that you're putting all this time in with no result, right? It's not that you're putting all this energy and effort towards yourself with no result. It's saying you're putting this time, energy, effort, love, passion, compassion towards yourself. And what's it going to result in? Bloom. It's going to result in you blooming, you growing, you sprouting, you literally transforming into the next phase of your life. And it is absolutely beautiful. All right, pile number one. The next cards I'm using for you are some dragon cards. As y'all know, when we do spirit guide decks, I like to use decks that kind of heavily represent spirit guides in some way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead and see what the dragons have to say for our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pile number one. What do we have to say for our pile number one from the dragons? Carnelian, pile number one. Spirit, what do we have to say for our beautiful pile number one? Whoa, this flew so far out. Yes. All right. Yeah, absolutely frutily. We got the shadows card. That makes sense. You also got the self-worth card. Okay. Babe. All right, shadows. This is what I was saying. There are going to be some shadows that I think are going to arise, especially with the shamanic work here, especially with going through your hermit mode and releasing your old skin. Again, figuratively, not literally, but releasing what does not serve you, because think about it, right? You're going to be going inward with yourself. You're going to be super honest with yourself and saying, hey, what does not serve me? Do you know how uncomfortable it can be to see the things that you've been holding on to for years and years and years that have not been serving you. It can be hard, and those shadows might surface, but the thing that your guides are reminding you of is that you are so divinely guided and protected during this. And if your shadows start to get hard, if your shadows start to get overwhelming, call on your shaman ancestor guide to help you, or call on the shadow dragon to help you and say, please help me burn down these fears, because I know they're not serving me and I want to release them. All right. And then you got the self-worth card. Going back to what I was saying, babe, you deserve to be free. I don't know why it's such a loud message for you, pile number 1. You deserve to be free. You deserve to release. You deserve to live the life you've always wanted. Again, I feel like we've been operating at 50% and your life is saying, you know what? I deserve 100. I deserve to give myself 100% of me. And I'm not saying that means that you're happy all the time or anything like that. I'm just saying, hi, Leo. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I'm not saying that means that you're happy constantly or anything like that, but what I'm saying is that, like, you give yourself that time, you give yourself that effort, and that is so powerful because it says, hey, I'm worth it. I'm worth more than just the 25% that I've been giving myself. I am worth the full 100. I am worth success. I deserve to feel good in my own skin. I deserve to release friends that don't serve me. I know that I don't want to have these people in my life because they're draining and it's not serving me and it's not benefiting me. Not saying that they're a bad person, but energetically, we are not matching right now. And I know I need to release them, but there's this energy of, I don't know if I deserve it. What if I don't find any other friends? You deserve to be free, okay? You deserve to have friends that love you and support you. You deserve to have friends. Leo's looking right at you guys. I don't know if you can see. You deserve to have friends that love you and support you and care about you. Oh my God, I said I don't know if you can see, and he moved so you could specifically see. I'm about to cry because I'm talking about deserving. Understand that you deserve to have people that care about you. And I felt like Leo just popped up here to be like, it's me. I'm the one who cares, okay? So your other spirit guides, you might be very connected to felines. Also, the self-worth card, in my opinion, looks very calico cat to me. And so you might be heavily connected to the feline energy. If you are feeling that way when you saw Leo pop up here, definitely pay attention when you're seeing cats in the world, when you're seeing cats in your day-to-day life, and understand that they're not just felines. They are messages from your spirits, okay? Also, if you do not know, this is my fur baby, Leo. Leo is incredibly spiritual and incredibly in tune to all things spirituality and especially tarot, and so many of you love him, so we let him stay. If you are new here, I know it doesn't vibe with the aesthetic, but he is the aesthetic on this channel, so it is what it is. We let him stay. We let the vibes ride, and he is here to remind you that you are freaking awesome and that you deserve so much love, okay? Going back to the self-worth card, I just want to give you that additional message that just remind yourself that you are incredibly deserving of happiness, joy, bliss, respect, kindness, compassion, generosity, support. You deserve people who are going to support you on this journey. You are deserving of people who love you and care about you and want to only see the best for you. And I think it's time you start to see that. All right, let's go ahead and see if there are any other messages from our dragon. Sorry, Leo. Did I scare you? All right. Pile number 1, our beautiful carnelian stone here. Pile number 1, our beautiful carnelian stone here. Spirits, we have any other messages from the dragons for pile number 1? All right, and then you got the New World card, which is really interesting because this looks exactly like the self-worth card with the calico cat-looking dragon over here. So it's even more amplified. Wow, you guys really can't see that. One second. Here we go. I just wonder if this is in focus or if it's only focusing on Leo. This is reminding you, again, going back to that snake analogy, that once you release what does not serve you, once you release what has not been benefiting you, quite literally, a whole new world is going to be opening up for you because you are going to start understanding your worth, seeing your worth and knowing your value. And what is that going to do? That's going to encourage other people to do the same, because when you believe in yourself, when you truly believe in yourself and the magnitude of what you have, the magnitude of who you are, others around you subconsciously start to do the same, or consciously, but people start to see that, people start to feel that, understand that, and resonate with that, and that is going to attract a whole new world to you, whole new opportunities, new experiences, new people, new friends, new love life, new jobs, new career opportunities, whatever it looks like for you. There is so many new things headed your way, and that's again what I was saying in the beginning, wasn't I, right, with the shaman card? New energy is on its way to you, and this is tapping into those who are ready to receive that. Leo, that is incredibly rude. Okay, Leo just started to groom himself full front, like in complete camera view. This is again going back to that Hermit in that self-worth card. I guess y'all are needing to hear it again, okay? Because Leo is taking care of himself. Leo is grooming himself. You are being called to spend that quality time on yourself. Spend that time on yourself, nourishing, grooming, loving, and appreciating all that you are, okay? This is just a louder message. That could be so dumb, but let's go ahead and see if we have any other messages today. We are going to tune into the tarot cards next. Let's go ahead and see if we have any messages today. Okay, all right. We have a lot of cards. Sorry, they went flying. I know you couldn't really see me. I'm trying to cater towards my pussycats over here. All right, babe, you got the Moon, which makes perfect sense because we got the Shadows card, we got the Shaman card, and we got the Hermit card. This is going to be a time of great transformation. This is going to be a time of great growth and great movement, but again, it doesn't mean that it doesn't come without some growing pains. If you feel fearful, if you feel worried or anxious during this time, call on Sky Father to remind you that you are protected, you are seen, you are safe, and you are heard, because the Moon card is absolutely beautiful. The Moon card represents so much like intuition and psychic gifts and abilities, but it also does heavily represent some of our fears coming to the surface. These fears that we've been avoiding for a while or not wanting to see might be kind of coming to the surface or coming to head, which is why it's important to go through our hermit mode, which is why it's important to care about ourselves, groom ourselves, nurture ourselves, respect ourselves, and be gentle, because it's okay. You got two majors here, right? So this is really, really loud for you. It's okay that it's not going to be the easiest thing. And I'm not saying it's going to be terrible or hard, but like for my example, I literally just this past weekend, I had a mind-numbingly realization that took me almost 23 years and 360 days to understand and realize that I have been living like limited because of something that happened to me when I was a little girl. And I literally did not realize that. I did not notice that. I did not think about it. And when I did notice it, it broke my heart. I cried and cried and cried. It literally broke. I had a literal heartbreak. I went through heartbreak. I went through a grieving period. It's okay to grieve, okay? It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be heartbroken when these shadows arise. It's okay to be like, what the heck? This was not okay. It's okay to understand that these things are not most beautiful things, but they're being brought up to the surface. They're being literally brought up to the surface so they can be addressed and they can be released, because you don't need to be held back by these anymore, okay? Literally, cat. You also got the Empress energy, which I think is so beautiful, right next to the New World energy, because the Empress is nurturing. The Empress is a divine feminine energy. The Empress is warm. The Empress is amazing. Baddie, yaddy, yaddy energy, okay? Baddie energy with the... what? Baddie energy with the Empress here. And this is really, really powerful because you are going to receive this New World energy. You're going to understand that you deserve this nourishment. You deserve this Empress energy. You deserve this warm, loving energy. And again, it's going to bring New World energy your way. Leo, you are so needing to be the center of attention right now. Why, homie? Okay, you know what? Again, another metaphor, okay? Be the center of your own attention for a while. Be the center of your life and the center of your focus. It's not selfish, it's self-focused, it's self-worthy, it's self-loving. Enjoy that energy and revel in it, okay? Empress energy. Enjoy your own energy. Enjoy your own time, spending that time with yourself, going through your hermit mode. You're going to learn a lot about who you are. You're going to learn a lot about what it is you are and what it is you like and what it is you don't like. And then enjoy your energy and sit in that. With the Page of Cups here, especially right here with the Shaman card and with everything else we've talked about today, this is representational. And with that New World energy, this is very representational. All of the new opportunities that are coming your way. And with the Spring card here, this is very representational of all of the new opportunities and energies coming your way once you go through this hermit mode, once you go through this self-reflective shadow work, growth willing period. You are going to have so many new opportunities right around the corner, because the Page of Cups represents, you know, new people, new ideas, new relationships forming, whether romantic or platonic or friendships, but best friendships are forming. There's just so many new opportunities coming your way, so much new energy and new growth. And this is again going to come from you going through this energy of healing, relaxing, releasing, and recovering, because when you do so, that is when you're able to really see who you are and what you've always been. And when we do that, we attract those who understand us, those who vibe with us, and those who really understand and receive us. And by doing that, that, like y'all know, many opportunities are coming our way. You also got the Four of Swords here, which is no coinky dink, all right? We got the retreat card. We got the self-worth card. We got the shadows card. The Four of Swords represents going and being in a frozen block of ice for a little bit and literally separating, all right? It represents, in my opinion, the minor of like the Hermit. And it just is like, go take a break, babe. Go relax, go retreat, go take a nap, whatever it looks like for you. Maybe take a literal vacation if it's in the cards for you, or if it benefits you, but definitely take some time out to really focus on you. I feel like you are someone who focuses on others a lot of the time, even if it's not like, even if you're not necessarily like a nurturer. Okay, now you're done. All right. But maybe you are just someone who really heavily focuses and cares about what other people think. How are they going to react if I do this, this, and this? What are their opinions going to be? What if they don't like that I said this? What if they don't like, you know, agree with me or whatever? And this is the time for you to be like, you know what? Instead of constantly worrying about what other people think, what other people are going to react and how they're going to react to my steps, my choices, and my growth, I'm just going to do it for me. I'm going to do this because it benefits me, because it serves me, because it blesses me. And how they react is how they react. Their feelings are their feelings and they're incredibly valid, but I don't have to, you know, make my life something that I don't enjoy in order to cater to those around me. All right. So it's time for you to start really embracing your own energy, really focusing on yourself. I definitely am getting a quite literal retreat. So if this is something you have and you're in, like, if it works out for you to take a staycation or at least a day off of work and just relax and retreat, definitely do so. Okay. Definitely. The last card you got from the tarot. Oh, babe, you literally got the World card with the New World energy. There are so many amazing experiences and opportunities lying ahead for you, without a doubt. There is so many blessings lying ahead. There is so much greatness lying ahead, and it is ready for you to seize the day. It is ready for you to claim. It is saying, please, let's welcome all these new opportunities that are coming to us. Let's welcome all these new friends. Let's welcome all of these new career opportunities. Let's welcome all this new growth, because it's right here in front of you. All we have to do to receive all of this amazing new opportunities, new abundance, new growth, new friendship, new self-love, new self-respect is focus on ourselves. Understand that we deserve it. Understand that taking time out for yourself is not selfish, it's self-loving. Understand that setting those boundaries of, hey, I need some alone time is not rude or mean or disrespectful. It is actually acknowledging your worth, which is so powerful. And that's going to quite literally raise your vibration and shift your whole life. The world also represents that endings kind of come to a close, that new things come to a beginning. So again, I'm going to go back to the snake card here. I do think that there is going to be a shedding of some kind, whether it is a releasing of an old job, an old relationship, an old mindset like it was for me, or whatever it looks like. There is an ending that is coming, so that way a new one can kind of form. But like the world and like the snake card, these endings I do not believe are going to be drastic or harsh or incredibly painful. They might be a little sore, they might be a little heart aching, but I don't think it's going to be a tower moment by any means, because the world represents that these endings are coming to a natural close. It's not like you kind of shifted the timeline and it wasn't supposed to end yet. These were things that were meant to be ending. These are things that were meant to kind of come to their close. They serve their purpose, they serve their time. You're ready to move on, you're ready to release and begin something new. So I do think it's going to be kind of a natural ending and a very quick, almost immediate blooming beginning. All right, which is so beautiful. Another message I'm getting with the Empress card here after the World is to sit in your energy. And I know I already said that and you're like, that's not a new message, Liv, bear with me. Okay, sit in your energy when you're moving on this journey, because it can be really easy for us to kind of go through this ending and go through this next beginning and be like, okay, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? How can I keep going? How can I, you know, move to the next thing, move to the next event? What can I do? How can I change, shift, grow, change, etc.? Your source, your guides, your spirit guides are reminding you, hey, take a breath. All right, take a breath and revel in yourself. Look at yourself without modesty. Look at yourself for how amazing you truly are. Look at yourself for how outstanding and incredible you are. Look at yourself for how far you have come, and appreciate, acknowledge, and sit in that power. Sit in that energy of, you know what, I did do that. I did make that journey. I did go through that hard thing. It's okay to sit in that and revel in that for a little bit. It's okay to say how awesome I am. It's okay to love myself. It's okay to celebrate myself. Celebrate your victories, even the ones you think think are too small to celebrate, celebrate them. You deserve it, okay? You deserve to feel good about yourself and to feel great about yourself. And that is an loud message for you, pile number one. Pile number one, I hope this resonated with you and I hope this vibed with you. Please stay tuned because we do have something else for you. Like we talked about in the very beginning of this video, Lauryn is going to tell you guys how to kind of work on a psychic exercise in order to further develop your connection to your spirit guides. Before I go into that, I wanted to remind you, one, also to go ahead and hop over to Lauryn's video and check out the interview we did together over there. It is super fun and super interesting. It will be linked in my description, so all you have to do is click on that and it'll take you right there. And two, I'm just going to go through my rundowns real quick, okay? If this resonated, please feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know. It is my birthday, the day that we are posting this. So if you want to give me a birthday present, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. It is free, it is easy, and it makes a really big difference for me and my channel. So definitely subscribe if you would like to. I wanted to remind you that I do have a Patreon, which is Lives Light. You can click this link in my description, or you can type this Lives Light into Patreon. It'll take you right there. My private readings are also back up and running at www.marinastarot.com. I offer one-on-one private readings done via Zoom if you're interested and you want to check that out. And as always, I do accept both tips and donations, both at PayPal and Venmo, and you are never required to do this. It's never an expectation, just receive with so much joy and so much gratitude. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and see what Lauryn has to say. And please don't forget to go ahead and head over to her channel and watch her video as well.
Everyone, my name is Lauryn and I am a psychic development coach. So a big thank you to Liv for having me on her channel today. We're going to jump into a fun little psychic exercise that you can use to better connect with your guides. I really like to say that if you want to connect to your spiritual team better, you really kind of have to understand your psychic abilities. And when you strengthen your psychic abilities, it makes it so that you can hear, see, feel your guides a lot more. And I like to think that they can hear and see us, but sometimes our psychic abilities aren't as strong, and because of that, we might not be able to hear or see them. So if you want to learn more about strengthening your psychic abilities, I would hop over to my channel because I have a bunch of exercises, how-to videos, courses, and all that good stuff to help you guys strengthen those abilities. So let's get into the exercise that I have for you today. So I was kind of intuiting, okay, what does pile number one need? So the biggest message that I got for pile number one was that I feel like you guys just need to relax and receive. When we talk about the psychic ability, you are letting information come to you. You shouldn't be searching for it, kind of like grinding the gears. You know, I always think of like the furrowed brow, like you're searching, you're doing a test and you're thinking really hard. If it is intuitive, I like to think it flows to you. It should be easy. You should wait. It might take a little bit, but it pops into your mind. So I kind of feel like that was the big message that was coming through to this group. And I also felt like a lot of you guys were a little bit more clairvoyant. So the exercise that I have for you is kind of a modification of the traffic light exercise that I teach on my channel. And this is about using a visualization, especially with colors, to ask your guides questions. So the traffic light exercise is basically imagining a traffic light in your mind and then asking your guides, hey, what do I need to know about my day ahead? And you're expecting one of the lights on that traffic light to pop up. So it might be red, yellow, green. And green usually means, oh yeah, great day. Yellow, so-so. Red means, not such a good day. And you can use this to basically ask a bunch of questions. But I want to modify it for you guys. And what I want you to start doing is asking questions of your spirit guides, but expecting to see a color. And so if you start to get it a different way, if you start to hear something or feel something, we want to focus on our clairvoyance, and we want to tell our guides to give us colors. Now you might not know what that color means, and that's why I wanted to have you guys try this exercise, because basically you're establishing a language, a communication with your guides. And so when you ask a question, maybe tomorrow you're gonna ask, hey, what do I need to know about my upcoming trip? And you see the color purple, ask what purple means. Go back to your guides and say, okay, what does purple mean? It might mean that you are going to have a very intuitive guided trip. It could mean that you're gonna see a big purple building. I don't know. The point here is that you guys are focusing on your clairvoyance, because I feel like that's a strong suit for you. But you are starting to establish color as a way to communicate with your guides. And what's great about this is you're starting at a basic level, you're kind of getting these small color hits, but over time you're going to start to get additional information with that. You might get a color plus an image of something. And so I like to start with the basics and then get more complex from there. So start with colors and see where it takes you. So I want you guys to practice with me right now. And what I want you to do is stop, connect to your guides, and go ahead and ask them, what do I need to know about this upcoming Saturday? And I want you to leave it in the comments below. Leave me the color that you got and what that color means. So I hope that exercise helped you guys. If you want to see some of the other exercises I gave to the other piles just for fun, skip around and you can listen to those. Just remember, you guys are psychic. Everyone is psychic. Everyone has the ability to tap into their spiritual team. And remember to receive and let it come to you. And don't search for that psychic hit. Don't search for the answers from your guides. Really let it come to you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them for me in the comments below. And thank you so much, Liv, for having me.
Alrighty, pile number 2 with the beautiful green calcite stone here. Let's go ahead and tune in just for the basis of your energy, for the, my words are all over the place, for a message for your spirit guide. I picked one card for you, so let's go ahead and tune into it. So the very first card y'all got today is Druid. Hold the space. Yes, please. This is about really just standing still and being in the moment. So I know a lot of us right now, if you are watching this when it goes live, we are not even out of Mercury retrograde yet. Wait, yes, we are? We are? I think we are. So like when we're going through retrogrades and things like that, it can be really tempting to make these big drastic decisions, to make a big change, to make a big leap of faith. And not that that is a bad thing, but you are being kind of told right now to kind of hold space, right? And what that means is it's like, okay, if you've been feeling a lot of anxiety, if you're feeling a lot of worry about what's going to come in your future, if you've been worried about the year ahead, if you're worried about kind of anything that has to do with like future energy or what's going to happen or anything like that, your guides are kind of trying to suggest to you to take a deep breath and just kind of be still and be in the moment. And I think the answers are going to unfurl and really show themselves to you. But I think the way that they are going to do that is by you kind of being still and trusting in the moment, trusting in the energy of what is to come, and just being like, okay, you know what? This is where I'm at. This is where I'm going to be. It is the card of not making any drastic or sudden changes. So if you've been wanting to make a big change in your life, if you've been wanting to make a big shift or kind of change in energy, maybe leave a job or a situation, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing to do, but just sit with it for a little bit. Sit with it for a week or a month or however long you feel like you can, and just really sit with it and listen to your guides about what to do next and what action to take next. Because druids are incredibly wise, druids are incredibly spiritual, and they really know how to see things from a different perspective. And that's what you're kind of being called to do in this moment, is just kind of hold that space, see it from a different perspective, and just kind of wait. All right. And I know that can be really adversive to hear, but the reason we have to wait sometimes is because there's going to be a better option out there for us. But if we're also a message I'm getting for you is that sometimes when we're in a anxious headspace of, oh my gosh, I just hate everything, I want to change, I want to move, I want to grow, I just want to do everything all at once, we're not really acting out of our true intentions. We're not always acting out of the best mindset. We're often acting out of anxious energy and chaotic energy. And when we act out of chaotic energy comes back to us. So we don't want that for you, okay? We want beautiful, harmonious energy. So that's why we're just saying to wait, even if it's just for a little bit of time, till the nerves kind of settle and you can see things clearly and see things truly and see things exactly as they are, is a loud message for you, okay? You also may have a druid ancestor that would like to work with you. If you have never heard of druids or ever worked with druids before, you definitely have a druid ancestor either in your line, in your own family line, or just a spirit guide in general who kind of wants to work with you and remind you of how wise you truly are, and how sometimes the best thing to do is sit and observe rather than kind of go immediately into action. All right. All right, you also got eagle. See from a higher perspective. Yes, please. All right. See things from a higher perspective. See things from a different perspective. Understanding that this is happening for you right now. This is happening for you, for your highest good, for your highest potential, not to you. Loud message I'm getting for you, pile number 2. It's happening for me, not to me. Is a loud thing that your guides are trying to remind you of right now, is that this is happening for you, for your highest good, and that you might need to just kind of see things from a different perspective right now. That's the reason we kind of hold space, right? Is so so we can see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective of, okay, if not now, then there must be a reason why. All right, there must be a reason why I'm not meant to do it right now. Show me that reason, show me that perspective, so that I can kind of calm down, take a breath, and take a minute. All right, also, eagles are very spiritual animals. Eagles kind of represent soaring above the chaos, soaring above the eye of the storm. So it kind of represents like being able to kind of separate yourself from chaotic energies. A loud message from you. If you have people in your life that are kind of expelling their anxiety onto you, which we often all do, so like it's okay, it's normal, but if you have a lot of that being spewed onto you right now, definitely see things from the higher perspective and don't let that flood what are with my words, don't let that flood or affect your energy to the best of your abilities. All right, and if you see eagles out and about, please know that those are not just a coincidence. Those are a message from the divine. Those are a message from spirit, and if you see those, definitely tune in and be aware. All right, yeah. Wow. You also got Sky Father, trust in the unknown. You got 2 eagles back to back. So eagles are a very loud message for you here. Eagles are an incredibly spiritual and powerful animal. Eagles, like I just kind of said all this. I don't want to just be like a broken record, but definitely seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a higher perspective, a higher place, and understand that this is happening for you, not to you, okay? Also with the Sky Father here, the Sky Father also showed up in pile 1. You are being reminded that you are so incredibly protected. You are so incredibly held and loved and just cherished by the divine, and the Sky Father is here to remind you of that. The Sky Father is a very protective energy. The Sky Father is a very protective energy that wants to help you, love you, protect you, make you feel safe, make you feel heard, make you feel adored. And if you're having a hard time feeling that way right now, if you're having a hard time being still, being in the moment, if your just kind of mind is all over the place, please ask Sky Father to come in and help you. If he resonates with you, ask him to show you that he's here for you. Ask him to show you that he has his protective energy surrounding you. Both the Druid and the Sky Father talk about trust. So there is this heavy energy of needing to trust. Again, the message I'm getting for you, pile number 2, is this is happening for me, not to me. All right, things are going to work themselves out. Things are going to align themselves in the best way for you and for the good of all, but it's all coming in divine timing. Again, I'm being told to go back to the thing I already said, so sorry if I feel like a broken record, if I sound like a broken record, but understanding that if it's not now, then there is a reason. So like for example, as y'all know, I wanted to be a content creator for many years, and it was never quite coming into fruition for me, and I never really understood why, and I kept being like, this is unfair, like the universe, okay, I had my emotions, all right, the universe, I kind of felt like it was going against me sometimes, or like my just manifestations were never coming into reality. But when you kind of see things from a higher perspective, it was actually even before I started doing tarot on YouTube, I kind of understood the reason why, and it was because I was creating content that wasn't actually serving me, and I needed to see that in order to break myself out of that energy and manifest something that was truly going to benefit me in my life for years and years and years. And so it was this kind of situation where I was able to be like, oh shoot, I really needed to know that this was not meant to happen in that moment, so that way I could grow, I could see, I could evolve, I could change, and really see and understand that it was not, if it's not now, then there's a reason, okay? If it's not now, then there's a reason, and just kind of tuning into that understanding and trusting. Trusting is one of the easiest things trusting is one of the hardest things to do, but it's so beneficial and it's really going to help you in this journey. You also got the Drum card, Dream and Journey. This is a shamanic card, so if you've been called to shamanism, if you've been called to shamanic energy, this is a loud confirmation of that. You are also being called to use musical instruments to tune in with your spiritual guides, especially if you like doing meditations or anything like that. Look into sound bath meditations, look into drums. I have a drum that my fiance got me. I think she even got it at like Home Goods or something, and it's really cool, and I use it for meditation. So drums are really great for meditation, cajones are really great for meditation, steel drums, etc., kalimbas, any kind of musical instrument. You're being really called to tune into a musical instrument to connect with your spirit guides, connect with your spiritual tribe, connect with your spiritual homies, and really tune into them. Music is a very powerful energy. Music can really transform and shift your energy. So when you are going through this next phase, if you're trying to connect with your spirit guides, if you're trying to tune into them, if you're trying to resonate with them, practice doing it through music. All right, this also is a card about dreams and journeying, so understand that you are going through a lot of growth right now, especially with the Druid card being held here, holding the space. So you are going through this journey, you are going through a lot of growth, but again, like I was saying, it's time to be still and kind of see things from a higher perspective. If you're having a hard time, if you're feeling a lot of anxiety about what to do next, if you're having a lot of anxiety about where to go and what to do, you're being told that a lot of the answers are going to come through dreams. So I would suggest to you, you don't have to do this, but I would suggest to you for the next month or so, when you wake up in the morning, if you have a dream, I don't care how silly or stupid or weird it was, write it down, okay? Wake up, write it down, write down what you can remember. If you're having a hard time remembering your dreams, call on Vishnu. Vishnu is a god and he's amazing and I love working with him, and he will actually help you remember your dreams. So call on Vishnu, ask him to help you remember before you go to sleep that night, and for the next like 30 days, just write down little bits and pieces of your dreams, and I think the answer will become abundantly loud and clear to you through your dreams and through that dream state, because I think you guys might be a pile, and I only say this with love because I adore you and I love you, but I feel like we might be a pile tuning in here, pile number 2, that has a lot of our defenses up. I feel like we have a lot of our defenses up when it comes to spirit guides, when it comes to the universe, when it comes to listening to source and things like that. And why this is so important is because we have to understand that they can only speak to us when we allow them to, all right? So if we have our defenses up a lot of the time, and what I mean by that is like our analytical brains can get in the way, and what I mean by that is like you get this intuitive hit, you get this intuitive message, and then you're like, nah, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it does make sense, but I'm not going to listen to that. What a weird thing to pop into my head. It's probably because I watched a movie though. That's why, because I watched a movie that had to do something with it. That's all it is, right? And then we kind of discredit or cancel out our intuitive messages from spirit. So they're going to be talking to you through your dreams because it's a lot harder for our, it's a lot harder for our ego to be in the way during our dream state. So your soul, your intuition, is going to be loud and proud during your dreams. So definitely start keeping a little dream journal if you would like to. And I really do feel like that's where the answers are going to be coming from. So definitely tune into that, all right? The next cards we're using are going to be some Dragon Wisdom cards. As always, all the decks I use are always going to be linked down below for you. But we're going to tune into the Dragon Wisdom cards here today and see if they have any messages for our beautiful pile number 2. Pile number 2, Spirit, what do we have to say for our beautiful pile number 2? You got gifts with Queen Alba, and I think that this is really interesting because for some reason, Queen Alba and Skyfather give me very, 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 very similar energy. Queen Alba to me, like, I don't know, just the white and the blue and the lightning, all of it gives me this energy of the same energy of Skyfather. So I do not believe in coincidences. Y'all know that, all right? Gifts is all about understanding how incredibly gifted you truly are. I feel like you are a pile that, again, kind of just discredits yourself or sells themselves short. I feel like y'all really don't sit in your own power. Maybe you do, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit more of that. I really do feel like you are being called to sit in your own power, sit in your own authenticity, and understand that you are amazing, okay? You are amazing. You are gifted, you are talented. These ideas you have, these thoughts, these beliefs, these things that kind of come to you, you are gifted. These are gifts. Don't discredit them, all right? Don't discredit them and sell yourself short just because our analytical mind or our ego is like, nah, that doesn't make any sense. No, okay? You are incredibly gifted, especially when it comes to your dream state, especially when it comes to visions and things like that. I feel like you are definitely someone who is able to be open to that. So be open, okay? You've got this. If you don't know quite yet what your gifts are, ask Queen Alba to kind of show you in what ways you are gifted, in what ways could you kind of expand your gifts more, in what ways could you really use your gifts to best utilize in this three-dimensional world to best benefit you and best bless you as well as everybody else, and she will help you with that. You also got the Silence Dragon here, and the Silence Dragon, similarly to the Druid, is about holding space, all right? It's about not rushing into any situation, not rushing into any time right now, and just really being still in the moment. If you can see, there's like a little what are these called? An hourglass. All right. And what this represents is that we are not rushing time right now. We're being still. We're being silent. Everything is happening in divine timing for divine reason. And we believe, all right, I believe for you, I believe with you, that everything is happening in divine timing for divine reason. And it's all going to work itself out. But right now you're being called with the Silence card and with the Druid card to just kind of sit and be still. Be still with yourself, your thoughts, your energies, your emotions, everything everything like that, because when we're constantly rushing, when we're constantly like go, 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 we're constantly moving to the next thing. We're in that hardcore masculine energy of just not being able to be still and just constantly moving, going, and exerting energy. It can be hard to hear our true thoughts. It can be hard to hear how we're truly feeling, what we're truly vibing, what's currently going on in our thoughts and our beliefs and our emotions. And that's why the silence and the Druid card is so important, because it's saying, hey, take a minute, take a beat, take a breather, and really get in tune with how you're feeling. Get really in tune with how you're feeling and what's going on, so you can really see things from a full perspective. My interesting pain, my head, on the left side of my head, right above my ear, but back towards the back of my skull, there is a really sharp pain. So if this is kind of rubbing you the wrong way, if you don't feel comfortable being silent because maybe you're the person who likes to run away from their thoughts, same. All right, same. I literally stayed up on a Friday night a week ago. I stayed up and pulled my first all-nighter since I was probably like 12 years old, because I didn't want to go to sleep, because I knew if I went to sleep, I'd be dealing with the stuff I didn't want to deal with. So I just stayed up. I just stayed awake. That's how much I was avoiding my thoughts, my feelings, and my emotions. Okay, so I understand you and I feel you, but why it's so important to feel your thoughts, sit with your emotions, and really just sit in silence with yourself is because that's where revelations come from, right? That's when our awakenings happen. That's when we really tune into source and what source is trying to say, and we kind of take those distractions away. And I'm not saying that distractions are a bad thing. I think that there is a time and a place where we definitely need them, but right now you're just being kind of called to just be in that stillness. All right, and then you got the home card. This is such a beautiful card. One, if you've been worried at all about your home situation, this is a positive confirmation or affirmation or just anything like that, that this is going to all work out for you in divine timing, for divine reason. But the home card is also about understanding that home is not a space. Home is not a building with 4 walls and a door. A home is what you make of it. A home is the people in your life. Home is the friendships that you surround yourself with, the way that you feel safe, right? Home, I'm saying so cheesy, but home is wherever I'm with you is a really true testament, right? We can have a house. We can definitely have a house, but a home is where you feel safe. A home is where you feel protected. A home is where you feel like you can be your true self. And a home is not always a building. Sometimes a home is a person. Sometimes a home is yourself, all right? And it's all about getting in tune with that energy and also becoming aware that your body is also your home, right? Treating your body like the temple it is. I know that can be very triggering. I've talked about this many, many times. If you grew up in the church like me, being told your body is a temple is like so toxic, and I just want to like get so mad when I hear that. But in all actuality, your body is an amazing vessel, amazing meat suit that is here to harness and protect your soul, and wants to work for you, and wants to get you up every day to live the most amazing life you could possibly live. And your body wants to help you. So treat it like the home that it is, like the vessel that it is, and become more familiar in your home, become more comfortable in your home, all right? But definitely just understanding that energy, that home is what you make it, not a building with 3 walls or 4 walls and, you know, a door. And then you got the 3 of Cups here, and this is what I was saying. This is the energy of home is wherever I'm with you kind of thing. If you've been manifesting a group of people, if you've been manifesting your tribe, if you've been manifesting that energy of I deserve, you know, good people in my life who uplift me, who encourage me, who nourish me, they are on their way to you. I have recently been craving like that lifestyle of, you know, having all these friends close to me that really get me and that we really truly understand each other's souls, and we can hang out on weekends and they can just come over and it's not weird or it's not like a huge hassle. Like, I just want that friendship. I want that connection so bad. And I'm manifesting that with the 3 of Cups as well. And so this is confirmation for me too, right? This is like that energy of it's on its way to you. These friends are on their way to you. This feeling of support is on its way to you, but also understanding that this feeling of support, this feeling of love, this feeling of just pure bliss and connection, it starts with you. It starts with understanding your own worth. It starts with understanding your own power and your own energy, and understand that you deserve people that really truly do respect you and uplift you and encourage you. And why is because if we're constantly thinking, oh, I just deserve people that don't really care about me or respect me or treat me kindly, that's what we subconsciously manifest towards us. And then we manifest those friends that take, and we give, and we end up feeling drained, exhausted, and just like flat out tired by just being with them and around them. And we don't need nor want that energy, okay? It is time for you to manifest those people that really uplift you and support you, those people in your life that feel like home. If you already have people in your life that do feel like home, definitely spend more time with them. Definitely prioritize those friendships and those energies in your life, because they are going to be incredibly beneficial for you. They're going to be incredibly well needed and well nurtured in your life. So if you have those people in your life that feel like home, spend more time with them, spend more love with them, spend more energy on them, all right, because they deserve it and you deserve it. You also got the Star card here. This is what I was just saying about understanding that it starts with you, which I know can be like the most adversive thing to hear, but the Star card is all about, oh my God, it's also the start of the Aquarius, and we're in Aquarius season. Sorry, okay. Y'all know I'm an Aquarius, okay? This is my time to shine. But the Star card is here to literally remind you that, one, if you're an Aquarius, it's Aquarius season, okay? When I'm recording this, when I'm filming this, we are officially in Aquarius season. Welcome in that baddie energy, okay? Yes, please. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just got so excited. Where are my Aquarians at? Aquarius besties for life, unite, okay? But definitely understanding, and even if you're not an Aquarius, it's still Aquarius season, so this is still loud. But the Star is here to remind you that that you are so freaking powerful. And again, it all starts with you. The Star is about embodying all that you are, embodying all that you've always been, being comfortable in your own skin, in your own home, being comfortable with your gifts, being comfortable with your abilities, being comfortable being in silence. It is literally showing you all of these cards that you got in a way to kind of be comfortable with them, a way to kind of nurture them and get in tune with them, is by embracing the Star energy, embracing this loud energy that the Star has, that is just like, I'm deserving of grace. I'm deserving of passion. I'm deserving of kindness. I'm deserving of love. I am deserving of so many amazing things coming my way, and I'm ready to receive them. And I consciously know that it starts within me. So that is where I'll start. I'll start with loving myself, or getting to know myself, or getting to connect with myself. What do I like? What are my interests? What are my thoughts? What are my beliefs? When I'm still and I'm silent and I take away all of the distractions from the outside world. Who am I? What do I like? What am I interested in? And embrace that energy and really let that flow through you, all right? And being comfortable in your own skin. I literally see that you're like blowing out almost like your bat signal of all these amazing opportunities that you deserve are going to be drawn towards you, because you're going to be in your own sync. You're going to be in sync with your own soul and your own unison. And it's going to attract all these people towards you that really vibe with you and understand you, okay? You also got the Strength card. Double message here, because the Strength card really represents Archangel Ariel, who's one of my favorite archangels ever. All right, so if you do resonate with Archangel Ariel, or if you've been wanting to look for a new spiritual guide, since we are doing a spirit guide message, Archangel Ariel is an incredible spirit guide to work with. She's an incredible archangel. She really is good with working with animals. So if you work with animals of any kind, or you want to work with animals of any kind, Archangel Ariel is an amazing place to start. But she's also really great about reminding you of the true power that you hold and how worthy you and incredible you truly are. The Strength card reminds you of the same thing. You are so much stronger than you realize, pile number 2. Y'all are selling yourself short. It is so loud, pile number 2. Y'all are selling yourselves short. You are amazing. You are deserving. You are incredible. You are so freaking worthy of so much success, so much divine abundance, so many blessings, but you're just selling yourself short. And that's a really loud message for me here for you, is that y'all are kind of selling yourself short, not really sitting in your own comfort, not really sitting in your own power or your own worth. And it's like, it's time for you to sit in that, okay? And that's another thing that this time alone, this time in silence is going to bring towards you, is sitting with yourself, knowing yourself, learning about yourself, all right? And that's what this is coming to kind of give you and kind of confirm for you as well. Let's go ahead and see if there are any other cards for our pile number 2, green calcite spirit. Any other cards for our beautiful pile number 2, green calcite? Any other cards for our beautiful pile number 2, green calcite? All right, and the last card you got here today is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is an incredibly cool card to get during this time, because as a reminder, you got the Druid, which represents wisdom. It represents the wise one. It represents all of that wise energy. And the Hierophant has a very similar vibe of, you're kind of in this mode right now. You're in this space, going through the Druid, going through the silence, going through the stillness, where you can truly, really, truly see and learn whatever it is you want to learn. The Hierophant is surrounded by books in a library. Okay, if you want to learn about, new spiritual spiritual practices, do so. If you want to learn about how to be a business owner, do so. If you want to learn about these gifts that have been kind of coming your way, do so. All right, this is your time to focus on yourself. This is your time to learn. This is your time to hit the books and really study and absorb any of the knowledge you want to, because you're in a moment of being kind of still and not taking any like immediate action. So we don't need to leave our job right now. We don't need to make any big drastic choices like this, but you are in the moment of being like, okay, if there's a change I want to make, what can I do to best prepare myself for that? Is it learning? Is it consuming more knowledge? Is it taking an online course, etc.? And whatever it looks like for you, and do that. All right, embrace that and embody that, and take those courses, take those classes online. There are so many ways to take classes online nowadays, which is pretty freaking cool. So you can definitely do that if you're interested, or whatever it looks like for you. But you're really being called to just understand that during this time, it's time to kind of sit, be still, be quiet, sit in the silence, and just consume the knowledge you're desiring to consume. All right, so pile number 2, I hope this resonated with you. I wanted to remind you that Psychic Lauryn is about to give y'all a whole rundown of a psychic exercise you can use to connect with your guides. But before she does that, I want to give y'all a quick little rundown of all the things I always normally say, okay? As always, if this did resonate, please feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know, as well as subscribing. Subscribing makes a huge difference to me and my channel's growth. Not to like try to persuade y'all, but today, the day it's going live, is my birthday. So if you want to give me a birthday present, if you're just feeling like you're up for it, subscribe to my channel, okay? Subscribing to my channel is free and it's easy, and it makes a huge difference. And I would just greatly appreciate it if you're interested. I love you, and I would really appreciate if you did that. Thank you so much to everybody who is subscribed. It really does make a huge difference for me and my channel, and I just adore you. So thank you so much. I wanted to give y'all another reminder that I do have a Patreon, which is Liv's Light. You can check it out on patreon.com or go into my description. Click the link and it'll take you right there. My private readings are back. I do offer one-on-one private tarot readings done via Zoom at www.marinatarot.com. Check it out if you are interested. You can scroll down to the description, click the link, or just type in www.marinatarot.com online and it'll take you right there. And last reminder is that I do accept both tips and donations, which are never required nor an expectation, just received with so much joy and so much gratitude, both at Venmo and PayPal. My PayPal is acting kind of weird, so if you want to use PayPal, scroll down to my description, click the link, and it'll take you right there. All right, and please don't forget to go ahead and head over to Lauryn's channel after you watch her little clip, and go ahead and watch her video. We do an interview together and we talk all about tarot cards. It's so much fun. It's going to be linked in my description, so definitely make sure to go over to Lauryn's channel, check out her video, and without further ado, here is Lauryn.
Hello everyone, and thank you to Liv for having me here today and joining you, pile number 2. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a psychic exercise that you can use to strengthen your psychic abilities and connect with your guides. And when we connect to our guides, we're using our psychic abilities. I believe everyone is psychic and everyone has the ability to hone these skills. So if you want to learn more, please check out my channel. I'm all about helping you guys through my how-to videos, my exercises, so that you feel like you are understanding your intuitive abilities more. So a lot of times when we want to connect to our spiritual team, I think that they often hear and see us, obviously, but sometimes we just can't hear or see them, or the information they're trying to give. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not psychic. I think it just sometimes means you're unfamiliar with your own abilities. And so intuitively, when I was tuning into this pile, I felt like pile number 2 is kind of just a little bit unaware of psychic abilities and how you receive information in general. And so I do feel like a big thing for you guys will just be to purely kind of learn more about your psychic abilities and kind of educate yourself on how it does and doesn't work. And then the other thing that I was sort of told by my guides about pile number 2 was that there's sort of this undeserving energy of like, oh, well, I don't deserve to talk to my guides or tap into this ability. And that's kind of what I was feeling for you. So the game that I have for you is hopefully going to help with this. Now, this psychic game I love because it basically helps you to focus on all 6 of your clairs. You don't really need to know what the clairs are for this video because we're going to focus on all of them instead of each one individually. And basically, this is called the envelope exercise. So I have an envelope here and I have a picture inside. And so what I'm going to have you guys do right now is, if you need to pause, feel free to pause, but I want you to try to guess what is in this envelope. And I will say I did print off a picture of something, so I want you to ask your guides, connect to this specific envelope and what is in this envelope and say, hey, what is on this printed picture? So I'm going to hold it up. Feel free to pause if you need to. Now, before I show you what's in here, I want you to pay attention. How did you receive that information? When you asked, did you see it? Did you hear it? Did you just know? All of those are different clairs, but I want you to just write it down because those clairs are probably your most strengthened and probably the ones you are automatically relying on even though you don't know it yet. So let's see what is inside, and I have for you a stock photo of a playground. So I'm curious on what you guys got right. Let me know in the comments below. Did you get part of the trees, or maybe did you hear some of the playground sounds? Did you get the pink shirt on one of the kids? The important thing here is to not focus on what you got wrong, but what you got right. You know, out of the millions of pictures that I could have printed out, how is it that you possibly could have gotten that one thing right? And that's the big thing with the psychic abilities. We have to trust it and we have to believe that it's going to work. And so if you're constantly focusing on what didn't work and what you didn't get, you're not going to trust that ability. So the big thing here is to focus on your successes and focus on what you did get right. Now, I know that exercise wasn't exactly connecting with your guides, but what it was doing was just getting a familiarity with how you receive. And so when you start paying attention to how those messages are coming through, it makes it a lot easier to connect with your spiritual team. So just remember pile number 2, that you guys are deserving. You are allowed to talk to your guides. You are allowed to hone your psychic abilities. And I would also focus on maybe removing blocks to your psychic abilities. I feel like some of you, that might be helpful. Alrighty, pile number 2, thank you so much for giving me your time, and thank you so much, Liv, for having me. And if you want to check out some of the other exercises just for fun, jump around the piles. Feel free to leave me any comments, any questions in the comments below. And thank you again.
All right, last but never ever in the least but least, pile number 3 with our beautiful green/rainbow, I'm pretty sure it's just green fluorite for pile number 3. I picked one card just to kind of get the base energy of what we can expect today from our spirit guide reading. So let's go ahead and tune in. And don't forget to keep watching for the end to receive your additional message from Lauryn about how to, you know, build a psychic exercise to connect with your guides. All right, so let's go ahead and see what your guys' card. Yes, I love this card. Okay, this is the Star Ancestor card. Follow the voice of your soul. Authenticity is your theme for pile number 3. Authenticity, babe. If you lately feel like you've been kind of following the voice of other people, if you feel like you've been kind of quieting your voice to please others, maybe family members, maybe, or loved ones, or even just society, if you've been kind of following this, oh, this is how I'm supposed to be, this is who I'm supposed to be, this is how I'm supposed to act thing, you are being called to step into your own power now. You're being called to step into your own authenticity. Follow the voice of your soul. Follow the voice of your calling. What do you desire, right? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? It's time to start embracing that and becoming all that you've always been called to be, all right? The Star Ancestor card does refer to our extraterrestrial energies and spirit guides in different parts of the galaxy, so that might be someone that wants to work with you as well. If you've ever called or been called to learn about extraterrestrials or anything like that, I know it's very taboo for whatever reason, extraterrestrials and media. It's like Hollywood goes crazy, okay? They go crazy. But if you're actually genuinely interested in extraterrestrials, in, you know, our guides and our energies that exist just not here on this 3-dimensional earth, then definitely reach out to them, definitely tune in, and they are someone that would like to work with you. All right, so pile number 3, let's go ahead and tune in. Spirit guides, what do we have to say for our beautiful green fluorite? Pile number 3, heart, what do we have to say? All right, spirit, pile number 3, our beautiful green fluorite, what do we have to say for our beautiful pile number 3? Whoop, okay. Great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. Interesting. Okay, so y'all have 2 spirit guides right off the bat who are willing and want to work with you and are ready to kind of talk to you. Bear with those weren't calling out to me, but these ones were. Wise one here, grow within your current situation. All right. And then you got the White Witch, Be the Light. And then the last card you got here is Spring. Okay, so starting with the Great Teacher, it's kind of where I'm being called to start. I think that this is really interesting because we are tuning into spirit guides today, right? As y'all know, you clicked on the video, you heard my intro, you know what we're about today. And you were given a spirit guide almost immediately right off the bat that actually represents an actual person or a figure in history. And this card actually represents Jesus. It represents Christ. And I know that that can be super triggering for a lot of people. And so here's what I will say about this. If you are triggered by Jesus or Christ because of a past experience or trauma that you had, you definitely don't have to take what I'm saying. You can throw it away like always. If you don't like what I say, throw it away. No worries, all right? But this is representational of who Christ is, of Christ light, which is a source energy. It is a guide. It is someone who can teach us and provide us so much knowledge if we think about Christ and Christ light. And if we take Christ out of the church, right? If we take Christ out of the church, they are a spiritual teacher. They are a spiritual leader with a ton of wisdom, a ton of knowledge, and honestly, a lot to learn from. So if you are in the headspace to kind of reach out to Christ light, Christ consciousness, and kind of tune into that, by all means, go do so. And if not, if that triggers you, then throw it away. But just know you do have a spirit guide there that is wanting to work with you. I will also say, you have a ton of birds here. You have a dove, an owl, another owl, a raven, butterfly wings. Like what? So the winged ones might be ones that are kind of wanting to work with you and reach out to you as well. If you're seeing a lot of birds lately, know that it is not a coincidence. These are messages from your spiritual team, your spiritual guides, and definitely tune into that and tune into that energy. When you see a certain bird, if it feels like a synchronistic event, ask them what they're trying to say and be surprised and be open to what they're trying to tell you, okay? And again, if you don't want to look at this as Christ consciousness or Christ, please understand that this is still representational, this is still representing, okay, Liv, this is still representing that there is either one, actually no, not either, there is a lot I'm getting told here, sorry, a lot consuming at one time. You are also somebody who has so much knowledge, so much spiritual knowledge, so much spiritual wisdom that I feel like you might not even be aware of, that you too could also be a spiritual teacher, and you can learn from yourself, all right? You can learn from your own spiritual experiences, your own spiritual growth, your own spiritual knowledge. If you go through what am I trying to say? An event, if you go through some kind of journey, look at it from a perspective of, okay, what was this trying to teach me and how can I learn? And your eyes will be opened, my love. There's going to be so many new experiences lining right ahead for you, all right? And I do just want to remind you that if you don't want to connect with Christ consciousness, that's totally okay. And understand that the spiritual teacher they might be the spiritual great teacher they might be referring to could also be you, all right? Especially if you've been thinking about being a life coach, a spiritual teacher of any kind, this is a loud confirmation. You also got the White Witch here, which this is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. And again, all the decks I use are always going to be linked down below. But the Be the White Witch card and Be the Light is such a powerful card because it reminds us to not get caught up in the drama and the gossip of, you know, society and things like that, which is what's the easiest thing to do, is to kind of get caught up in gossip, talk badly about other people, talk badly about other situations, especially because like in society, we find comfort in a common enemy. Look at the workplace, right? If there's somebody that doesn't like somebody and somebody else doesn't like that same person, they become instant friends, right? There is, what is it? There's like a quote that's like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or something, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And so what that kind of is showing us is that in society, it's very, very, very normal to gang together, to dislike somebody, to dislike a certain person at work, or to talk shit about your boss, or talk shit about, you know, a friend or something like that. It's very, very, very common, unfortunately. And the White Witch here is reminding you to kind of take a higher ground, take a higher approach. In this next month, I'm getting a month for y'all. I don't know why, but that's kind of the time frame I'm feeling for you. In this next month to 3 months, there might be a lot of opportunities where you can really talk some major shiitake, whether it is about a family member, whether it is about your best friend, whether it's about your significant other, whether it's about a coworker, whether it's about a celebrity, okay? It's easy to talk badly about people. Unfortunately, it really, really is. And I feel like in this upcoming month, there's going to be an opportunity for you to do so. And I feel like the White Witch card is coming in here to kind of show you the strength you actually have and remind you to sit above the drama, okay? Don't get caught up in that. If someone comes to you and they're like, oh my God, did you hear what Liv did today? It was so ridiculous, okay? Soar above that and be like, oh, actually, I don't really want to talk about that, but can I tell you about this adorable dog I saw this weekend or whatever? Like, change that topic, okay? Understand that you have the power. You are someone who I feel like you're going to be put in these situations a lot for some reason, and I think it's so that way you can be the light and shine that light upon others, because if it just kind of stays in that energy, it's not going to change. Even if the people leave and new coworkers and new employees come in, there's still going to be more opportunities for gossip. There's going to be more opportunities for drama. But when someone like you enters the stage, when someone like you enters the situation and you kind of break that cycle, it's hard to keep that cycle going, all right? And so I feel like you are someone that is going to break the cycle. You are someone that is going to kind of say, you know what, I don't really vibe with that. Or even if you don't want to necessarily address it head on, you could just, like I said, change the topic, right? Like change the topic and don't engage in the gossip. But that's what this card is all about, is really rising above the gossip, rising above the stirring and the chattering and the talking poorly about others, and also being gentle towards yourself if you have been someone that's been talking a lot of gossip or anything like that, because please remember, we've all been there, okay? None of us are perfect. We've all made those mistakes. I've been very open with y'all about how I struggled with a gossiping problem for years. Like, I really gossiped. Like, I was one of those people. I loved drama. I loved observing it from the side. I loved observing it from a different angle. Like, I just was consumed with drama. I loved reality TV. I still like reality TV, but I was just really into drama and taking sides and things like that. And I had to make the conscious choice to be like, oh, this is not serving me. It's not serving quite literally anyone. I need to stop. And what happened for me in my own personal situation is I was gossiping a lot at work, and it wasn't, well, not at work, but about people I worked with after work. And it really wasn't serving me or the people I was gossiping with. So I ended up just kind of breaking away from those people, breaking away from those friendships. And that's what I needed to do for me personally, because when you build friendships that are just based on gossiping, when you don't gossip, there's not a friendship there. And that's what I kind of found for me, was that I had all these friendships that were based on gossip or talking bad about someone. And again, I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm just being vulnerable with y'all, okay? I'm not proud about this at all. But I had these friendships that were based on, you know, negative mindsets. And when I took that away, when I said I'm not going to gossip, the friendships fell apart because they didn't have a basis. We didn't have anything to talk about. We didn't have anything in common other than our common, you know, enemy, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? So I really just do feel like you are going to be someone that's going to be put in this situation to be the mover and shaker and to be the cycle breaker. All right. And that is also going to lead you, if you ever do want to be, oh, you know what's cool too? Sorry. If you ever do want to be a teacher of some kind, this is a first step. It kind of grows, right? So this is like the White Witch and she's young, and then it goes towards the Great Teacher, which is the next step in your life. And then you go towards the Wise One, which represents like the crone state and the pagan belief, I believe. But the Wise One represents growing within your situation. The Wise One is the crone, right? The Wise One is the wise person that you can go to, lots of life experience. And this is just so beautiful because it quite literally goes with age. I want to read the book, and I actually think the White Witch is part of the crone cycle as well. Not the crone cycle, the cycle as well. Let's see. Okay, so the Wise One represents the wisest aspect of the goddess, the crone, in paganism and modern Wicca. The crone is the fiercest, most psychic, and most aware aspect of the goddess because she has been through many life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. And then, oh, interesting. The raven on this card represents the capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again and again. So beautiful. And then I actually think the White Witch... Yes, okay, look, the White Witch card represents the maiden aspect of the triple goddess of paganism in modern Wicca. The maiden is gentle, innocent, and pure, the pure aspect of the goddess, a loving soul who wants nothing but the best for the whole earth. Here she is joined by a horned owl, showing that she is willing to respect those with more wisdom and experience than she has, but she is also willing to trust what she feels to be right within. With this card, you are being reminded of the goodness that is within. This is so powerful because you got the, what was she? The maiden? You got the maiden and the crone. This is showing me that there is so much transformation ahead of you. I feel like you are already on the path of being an incredible spiritual teacher, an incredible spiritual guide if that's what you want. And if not, just an amazing person. But this is so powerful because you start as a maiden and you start by learning these things. And you start by learning that, you know, gossiping and talking bad is not really helping anyone, and it's not benefiting anyone, and it's not serving us. And then you transform and you go through these journeys and you learn how to be a teacher. You learn how to be a guide. You learn how to help those around you. Even if you're not doing it consciously, subconsciously, I feel like you are teaching those around you by doing as you do. People are learning by example from you a lot. And then you're tuning into your wise one energy where you are literally becoming the crone. That is so powerful. All right. Also, going back to our spirit guides, the crone is also someone that would like to reach out to you, as well as the maiden aspect of the goddess. Growing within your current situation, this is what I'm saying. I'm not always saying it's going to be the easiest thing. It might be uncomfortable. You might have to, you know, lose some friends that are not serving you to go through this energy, to become who you always were meant to be and kind of come into your higher consciousness. But it's going to be one of so much growth, so much respect, and just like a lot of appreciation, because you're going to understand your worth going through this energy. You're going to understand what kind of friendships you do value. If you don't just want friends that just gossip and talk shiitake mushrooms, what kind of friendships do you want? And you're going to attract those into your life by setting those healthy boundaries. And then going into the wise one energy is like confirming here that this is a situation that's been placed in front of you so that you can grow, so that you can go through these spiritual experiences. This is so loud. All right. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for you in this next month to 3 months to just really grow, really grow. All right. Pile number 3, really grow through your experiences. So again, if you see a situation happen, if you're going through something, when you are in a situation, ask yourself and ask your guides, is this a lesson and how could I learn? And be open, okay? Because they're going to be talking to you that way, as well as to the birds, like I mentioned. And then you got the spring card. See your seeds growing, okay? I got this in pile number 2 or pile number 1 as well. And why this is so beautiful and so powerful is because when I am currently filming this, we are still in the winter season, but we are about to enter into spring. Not about to, but soon we are going to be entering into spring. And why this is so powerful is because you are going through all this growth, you're going through all this transformation, and it's not for nothing, okay? You're about to see your seeds grow. You're about to see all these changes that you've made really start to benefit your life. You're going to see your life transform right in front of your eyes. And it's going to be almost like not verbally, but visually reinforcing for you. I feel like this is like a card of reinforcement, right? You've put the work in. You're maybe separating from those friends that don't serve you, or just, you know, separating yourself from the energies that don't serve you. You're learning to grow and learn from your spiritual experiences, following your own authentic voice. Again, powerful here with the White Witch, because when you are following your true voice, your true soul, the true genuinity of your soul for the good of all and harm to none, you're not going to gossip. You're not going to talk crap about other people, because that's not your true voice, right? That's ego. That is ego. That is not our true voice and our true soul. And once you start listening to your true voice and your true soul, your whole world is going to change in the most beautiful way. And you're going to put that work in. You're going to put that effort in. And it's going to be rewarded here by the spring card. You're literally seeing the fruit of your labor come into fruition. You're seeing all your hard work pay off and be really reinforced by a new energy, new growth, new opportunities of learning, new opportunities of succeeding. And that is very, very, very powerful for you, okay? So this is going to be, yes, something that's pushing you, but pushing you towards growth, because I think you're ready to receive it, all right? Now we're going to tune into our dragon cards here for pile number 3, our beautiful green fluorite dragons. What do we have to say for our beautiful pile number 3? What do we have to say for our beautiful pile number 3? All right, pile number 3, green fluorite. What do we have to say from the dragon cards here? Pile number 3, green fluorite. What else do we have to say for our beautiful pile number 3, green fluorite? All right. So you got the gifts card, which pile number 2 got as well. And then you got the dormant aspects. This is super interesting because when you get these two on their own, they're just as powerful, don't get me wrong. But when you get these two cards together, they are blaring. All right, you are so gifted. You have these gifts. This is Queen Alba, okay, queen of literally all dragons, and she is here to tell you you are amazing, you are gifted. The queen of all dragons is telling you you're gifted. That's power, okay? And she's telling you you are gifted, you are talented, you are amazing. Being the light is a gift. I know it doesn't always feel that way. I know it can feel like, Liv, why would you say this is a gift? This is just maybe a skill that I developed, or maybe it's just, you know, annoying to have to always, not, and again, not always, but to be the light and not just fall into the terms of gossip or whatever. But Queen Alba is here to remind you, you are changing lives. Maybe if it's not, you know, consciously, maybe if you feel like you don't see anybody like change their life immediately after you talk to them, subconsciously, you are affecting people in a very high vibrational way. You are affecting people. You are changing their lives. You're guiding them towards other decisions that are going to be more beneficial towards them. That is a gift, my love. That is a huge gift, all right? And I see this energy with you, and I kind of felt the same energy with Pile too. So if this resonates, maybe go listen to that one as well. But I do see this energy within you that you don't quite see your worth. That's a loud message for you, Pile number 3. You don't quite see your worth. You don't quite see your value. I definitely feel like you are selling yourself short a lot. I feel like you're having a hard time tuning in and tapping into your gifts. I feel like there's this energy where you don't quite see that you're gifted. You don't quite see your abilities as a gift. And I feel like you are, even when you do think about your gifts, I feel like they are this kind of like, and I don't want to say this in a bad, and it's not a bad thing, but kind of like surface level of, yeah, I can sing, or I can dance, or I can, you know, do whatever, but it's more than that. All right. And I'm not saying that those aren't amazing things, but it's more than that. You are gifted beyond just surface level. You are gifted beyond just what you've been told you're good at since you were a kid. Release that energy and understand that yes, you're probably great at these things in a kid and you can still be great at them. But what lies beneath that? What lies when you really are truly with your own authentic soul? Oh my God, even more powerful with the star ancestor. Sorry, I just saw that. When you are sitting with your own authenticity, when you are sitting with the voice of your soul, what truly makes you excited? What truly gets you excited about waking up the next day? What are you truly gifted at? And there's no modesty here, okay? We don't need to be modest. It's not necessary right now. Sit with your confidence, sit with yourself, and tune into that. This beautiful purple dragon is saying, hey, we've missed you. Come out of the darkness and into the light and show the world the real you. Show the world the real you you've always been. You don't have to hide behind this mask of ego anymore, this mask of, well, this is how I'm liked. I'm only likable if I act like this. I'm only likable if I talk this way. I'm only likable if I do this, this, and that. Babe, life is not about just being likable, okay? There's always going to be people that won't like you. Always. It doesn't matter how amazing you are. There's always going to be people that do not like you, that do not resonate with you. And your life is not, you are not here on this three-dimensional earth to just please everybody else by making yourself miserable. Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. It is time for you to come out of the shadows and into the light and be your true self and who you've always were and always wanted to be, without this guise of, well, what can I do to be popular? What can I do to be the most loved, the most liked? Okay. And I'm not saying that that's what you've been doing. It was just kind of the energy I'm getting of like people that are kind of like people pleasers. They don't want to ruffle any feathers. They don't want to upset anybody. They just kind of want to be, you know, liked, lovable, enjoyable. I feel like you just don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to stir the pot, so to speak. And I'm not saying that you're going to by being your own authentic self, but I do think you're going to stir your own pot by really tuning into your true self, your true voice, and what you've always been called and what you were always meant to be, okay? All right, and then you got King Arthur here as well, which I'm going to read because every time I see one of these like king cards, they always just really throw me off. So we're going to read that one as well, okay? So then we got the thoughts card here, and the thoughts card is all about the element of air, all about tuning into your thoughts and understand that your thoughts really do create your reality. I know, annoying to hear, but this is why it's so important to follow the voice of your soul, like the star ancestor card here says, and really to tune into your importance. Again, going back to the white witch, why it's also important for you to be the light is because your thoughts really are creating your reality. Your thoughts really are manifesting into fruition for you, pile number 3. So like I said, if you're constantly surrounding yourself with friends that don't serve you, friends that gossip about, you know, you or others, or just like really are not benefiting you in your energy, that is what we're manifesting more towards us, because subconsciously with our thoughts, with our energy, we're saying to the universe with our thoughts, I deserve to be treated this way. I deserve to be talked badly about. I deserve to have friends that don't really value my worth, my time, my energy. Like that's what we're saying subconsciously. I'm not saying you're outward being like, I deserve her of horrible friends, but I feel like there's this energy subconsciously we're manifesting that towards us, which is why you might be someone that feels like you're only liked if you talk really badly about somebody, and you kind of have that enemy of my enemy as my friend kind of thing going. Or maybe you feel like you're just constantly trying to please others, appease others. I am, like I said, this pile is very much me, right? Like I was this way for a really long time, and to a degree I still am, especially if it comes to like someone I really love, like a family member or something. I will alter or cater my whole life to not ruffle their feathers. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? I'm not trying to say that that's bad, but what I am saying is it at the cost of your own peace? If it is, then it's not working, okay? One of my favorite quotes is, if it costs me my inner peace, it's too expensive. Even if that means that, you know, my parent or my friend or my best friend or whoever gets upset with me because I make a decision to, I don't know, quit my job and pursue this full time. Okay, it's just a silly, it's not a silly example, it's just my example. And say that I did that, and there were definitely people in my life who did not support that. They did not understand that. They did not get that. And so I don't talk to them about that. All right, I set those boundaries because I understand that if I'm talking to those people that do not serve me in this specific way about this specific thing, that's what I'm going to be attracting more of into my life. All right, so watch your thoughts. Also get in tune with your thoughts. Your spirit guides are going to be talking to you a lot in your thoughts, your dream realm, your subconscious. So if you randomly get a thought and you're like, that's weird, that doesn't make any sense, why am I randomly getting this, you know, thought, this thing, this idea, again, always good, about harm to none. But if you like get this thought and you're like, oh, I'm probably just thinking that because I just watched this movie and I guess it somehow kind of relates to that. Babe, don't discredit your thoughts, okay? Your thoughts are powerful, your thoughts are magic, and your guides are trying to talk to you through them. Those are called intuition, okay? It's called your intuitive hits, your intuitive guidance. Maybe you're getting energetic downloads, whatever it looks like for you. Be open and be receptive to what your guides are trying to communicate to you through the realms of your thoughts, through the realms of your subconscious mind, okay? Next, we're going to read King Arthur because I have no idea what this card is about. I know I've read it before. I know I have, but I can't for the life of me. I can't hold it in my brain. People who have influenced our history and performed great deeds live on in our hearts and our legends. There is no evidence that King Arthur existed in reality, but that is not important as he lives within us. The legends of heroes plant a seed in our hearts, a seed of courage and freedom and justice. Only you can decide if this seed will germinate. Decide now to believe in these heroes and they will awaken within you, within your heart. King Arthur was accompanied by an old and enormous fire dragon, and together they protected the land and its people. He ruled with his heart in harmony with the Great Mother. His mission was love. Become a hero or heroine in your own life. You are the dragon rider the world needs. Our old values, including courage, friendship, loyalty, tolerance, love, devotion, and enthusiasm, are returning with you. It is so good you are here. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so King Arthur also might be a spiritual guide that wants to work with you. If you resonate with this card or this imagery, definitely reach out and connect with King Arthur as well as Queen Alba here as well, okay? So let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you, pile number 3. Again, stay tuned because at the end of this video, Lauryn is going to be doing her segment on how to better connect with your spirit guides using psychic abilities and things like that, okay? You got the World card. Yes, bestie, you got the World, endings and beginnings. This pile is actually really similar to pile number 2, so maybe go listen to that one if you're resonating with this. But the World card is all about, or was that pile 1? I don't remember. The World card is all about endings and beginnings and understanding, especially when you got this here with the White Witch. Like I was saying in the beginning, there might be some friendships that might inevitably fall off when you kind of start changing your own energy, when you start kind of becoming your most authentic self. You might lose the people in your life that weren't really vibing with you to begin with, and we kind of shifted our energy to vibe with them. Those kind of friends might leave, but not just empty. Like, it's not like you're gonna leave these friends and just be alone forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, okay? The World represents that endings happen so new things can begin. This is an ending that's been needing to happen for a while, and it's happening so that a new beginning can begin. A new beginning can start. Whether it is your spiritual journey to become a spiritual teacher, whether it is tuning into your true authentic self, your true authentic voice, whether it's turning into the crone and becoming wise and tuning into all that you have always been, or if it's the spring and really reaping your rewards. The world offers awakenings. The world offers new opportunities, new growth, new energies lie ahead. If you've been going through a rough time, if you've been going through a rocky energy, the World represents that the time is coming to a close and a beautiful time lies right ahead of that, okay? You also got the Hanged Man here, and you got this here with the Dormant Aspects card. And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about seeing things from a kind of different perspective, okay? Seeing things from a different energy. And this is what I was saying about, like, I said this kind of offhanded, but you know how I said that there was kind of this energy of people that are like, oh yeah, I have gifts. I can, sing, or I'm really good at being a lawyer or something like that. And I'm not saying that those are not amazing and those are not super powerful, but I just want you to kind of question yourself and ask yourself, are these things I'm gifted at and I absolutely love doing, or are these things I'm gifted at and I've been told since I was a child that these are my gifts, these are my natural abilities, so this is what I do, okay? Because there are aspects of yourself that are lying dormant. There are aspects of yourself that have been wanting to come out to play. Maybe you've been already starting to think about them a little bit. Maybe they've been creeping up into your mind and you wanted to read books about people doing similar things to you, or watch YouTube videos about people doing these things and you're like, I don't know, it's just satisfying. Those are gifts that are lying dormant within you that are ready to kind of come out and come to the surface. Again, good of all harm to none, including yourself. Good of all harm to none, including yourself. But you are being kind of called to see things from a different perspective and really look within and look deep within and ask yourself those questions, right? Ask yourself, okay, what are my gifts? What is my true voice? What is my true authenticity? Again, going with the voice of the ancestor here, going in with the star ancestor card. This is also really, really powerful because you're going to find your authentic voice, and not that you don't already have it, but I just feel like, and again, speaking from my own personal experiences and what I've personally gone through, there is this energy where we are almost so conditioned by society to have certain beliefs, what society thinks is right, what society thinks is attractive, what society thinks you should do as a, woman in her 20s or a man in their 20s or a they, them in their 20s. Like there are these societal norms and what people think we should be doing. And if you don't fit into that, it can feel really uncomfortable. And maybe you're trying hard to fit into that. But this is about seeing things from a different perspective. When we strip away what society says we should do and what it is you truly want to do, good of all harm to none. Who are you, right? Where do you start and where do you come from? And kind of finding that authentic voice and following it. You also got the Knight of Pentacles, which typically represents like a lot of action and urgency. But actually, when it comes to this deck, again, this is the Mermaid Tarot. All decks will be linked down below for you. But when it comes to the Mermaid Tarot, the Knight of Pentacles actually represents sitting back and observing. As you can tell, she has this like pen and paper and notebook here, and she's sitting and she's observing. She's awaiting the battle. She's awaiting to see what's going to happen next. Sorry for my bracelets jingling, jangling. Why did I pick this up? I just messed everything up, but that's okay. This is powerful because, again, you got the wise one here, and the wise one's not always going to be someone that jumps into action immediately or jumps into the next thing or go, 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 go. But you're being called in this moment to also sit back and observe, especially with the Hanged Man energy. You're being kind of called to sit back and observe. How is the situation teaching you? What is it teaching you? I said this in the very beginning with the spiritual teacher card. How is the situation trying to teach me, and what can I learn from it? And then kind of tuning into that and asking your spiritual team to talk to you. The Knight of Pentacles in this deck, very specifically this deck, is reminding you of the knowledge that you have and reminding you that you are incredibly powerful and you have the ability to also sometimes just sit back and observe, sit back and see what your guides are trying to tell you and listen to that, especially with the Thoughts card here. I know that Pentacles don't represent the element of air, but this card in particular really just gives me that energy of just like tuning into your thoughts, being alone with yourself and sitting back and observing. And that's what I'm getting here with the the Knight of Pentacles and the Thoughts card. Okay, you don't have to rush into action immediately. Sit back, take a note, look at things from a different perspective, and then move forward. Okay, and then you got the Queen of Wands, which is so beautiful here with the King Arthur card as well. You got the Queen of Wands, which is a very warm, nurturing, and loving energy. This card has a lot of empathy. This card has a lot of warmth. This card has a lot of compassion. And this is so beautiful, pile number 3, because you are going through this energy of so much growth. You're going through this energy of probably releasing what has not been serving you so you can kind of move forward into this new rejuvenated version of yourself, and it's going to benefit you so much. The Queen of Wands is comfortable with herself. The Queen of Wands is empathetic. The Queen of Wands is, caring and compassionate and very, very passionate as well. And these are things that are going to kind of be aspects of who you are forming and who you are becoming. And the fact that the beautiful fire dragon, the fact that, oh my gosh, just gave me chills. The fact that the fire dragon, I don't know if y'all can see my goosebumps, but they're there. I got a lot of chills. The fire dragon is quite literally, the way I placed that card looking directly at the Queen of Wands, which also represents the element of, you guessed it, fire, all right? So ignite your passions. When you're going through this energy of finding out your dormant aspects, when you're going through this energy of tuning into what your gifts truly are, do the things that make you passionate. Do the things that get you excited about waking up every single day. Do the things that get you excited about life and about living, and tune into your passions. Tune into who you've always been. Tune into what your passions truly are. Again, not what people say you're supposed to be, not what your parents say you are, what you truly love and what it is you want to do. And tune into your passions during this time, because it's going to bless you and those around you so abundantly, all right? So when you're going through these dormant aspects, ask yourself, what brings me passion? And if you don't know, that's okay. Date yourself, learn yourself, figure out these things. That's what I'm currently doing. I've shared about this before. And I'm currently on a journey of like trying to date myself and learn who I am, because I realized for me personally, I'm so influenceable, and I've been so influenced in my life and in my, my like by society and things like that, but especially by like influencers on Instagram or YouTube, whatever. I'm so easily influenced that I will take on their thoughts and their beliefs and their opinions as my own. I don't anymore, but I did for a really long time. And so I'm learning how to date myself without that energy, taking away people's thoughts and beliefs and opinions and looking at my own. How do I feel about this situation? When I take away the ego, when I take away, conforming to everybody else's how they think and how they should be and how they think relationships should look like and how they think I should dress. When I take that away, when I strip that away, what I'm truly passionate about, that's what I'm learning, all right? And it's okay if you don't know right away. Learn yourself, date yourself, get to know yourself a little better, all right? It's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful blessing that we have. So spend that quality time with yourself, but really follow your passions when it comes to learning your dormant aspects about yourself. As always, good of all, harm to none, okay? All right, so now we're going to get into Lauryn's portion of kind of teaching you how to connect with your spirit guides through your psychic abilities. But before we do that, I want to give you all a few reminders, okay? The first one being that if this did resonate, please feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know. And also subscribe if you are interested. I've talked about this in all 3 piles now, so I guess by the time I'm saying this, I guess I am using this to bribe you a tiny bit. But the day that this is going live, it is actually my birthday. And if you would like to leave me a birthday present, the best one of all, subscribing. Okay, yeah, cheesy, I'm using it, okay? Because subscribing makes such a huge difference on my channel, and more than half of you who are watching this are not subscribed to my channel. And I know it seems like silly and trivial, but subscribing makes a huge difference for me and my channel's growth. So if you want to give me a birthday present that is free and easy and mean the world to me, please subscribe. I really appreciate it, okay? I wanted to give you a reminder that I do have a Patreon, which is Liv's Light. You can type this into patreon.com or just scroll down to my description, click on Liv's links. It'll take you right to my Patreon, and it'll all be there for you, okay? I wanted to let y'all know that my private readings are back, baby. I do one-on-one private tarot readings done via Zoom at www.marinastarot.com. This is the one and only location to get a private tarot reading done with me, so if you're interested, definitely check it out. I wanted to let you know I do accept both tips and donations, which are never an expectation nor required, just received with so much joy and so much love and so much gratitude. Thank you so much to everyone who has left me a tip or donation. It does not go unseen or unloved, and I'm so incredibly grateful for you. I accept those both at Venmo and PayPal. My PayPal is acting kind of weird, so if you want to use PayPal, scroll down to my description, click on the link, and it'll take you right there, all right? But without further ado, Lauryn is going to do her portion now, and don't forget to also hop over to Lauryn's channel and watch our interview. We did an amazing interview together where we also talked all about tarot and common misconceptions and things like that. It was a super fun video. I really enjoyed it, and definitely go check that out as well. It'll be linked in my description for you, so it's easy, it's right there for you to find, and it'll all be there for you, okay? But now let's go ahead and hear from Lauryn.
Hello everyone, my name is Lauryn and I am a psychic development coach. Thank you, Liv, for having me here today. Pile number 3, I wanted to give you guys a psychic exercise that you can use to connect with your guides better. Now, when we talk about connecting with our guides, I often feel like sometimes they can hear us. I mean, all the times they can hear us and see us, but sometimes we don't necessarily hear the messages that they're trying to send or see them. And this all comes down to your clairs and your psychic abilities, and this is how you receive psychic information. And I feel like when we focus on our psychic abilities and strengthening them, it makes it a lot easier to start communicating with our guides, because essentially you are using your psychic abilities to connect with your guides. So if you want to learn more about strengthening those psychic abilities, please feel free to peruse around my channel. I have a bunch of how-to videos, exercises, courses, bunch of good stuff out there for you. So for pile number 3, I kind of asked my guides, what does this pile need most? And I really felt like for you guys, when it comes to connecting with your guides, there might be a lot of like monkey mind is what I like to call it. It's kind of that inner chatter. It's hard for you to maybe get centered and really calm down before you can sit and listen to your guides. So my biggest piece of advice for you guys moving forward connecting to your guides is probably just to remember to get centered before you do intuitive work, before you try to like talk to your guides or communicate with them. And also maybe learning a little bit about boundaries, kind of what is your thoughts versus like what is psychic hits coming through, because that monkey mind, that like mind chatter can kind of get in the way and help you, or it makes it hard for you to differentiate between the two. So the psychic game for pile number 3 is basically a game that I like to play that really focuses in on calming down that mind, that chatter, so that you can be centered and be present when you're trying to use your intuition. So all you need for this is a simple deck of playing cards. If you have Zener cards, more power to you. And what you're basically doing is playing Psychic Go Fish. And what you're gonna do is get a table, spread them all out face down, kind of make a big old pile. And then what you want to do is pull up one of the cards. Okay, and so this is a red card. And Psychic Go Fish, what you want to do is you want to find another red card in the deck. And so you're going to look at all of the cards and you're going to ask your guides which card is red. Don't worry about getting into the numbers or suits. We're just talking about red and black here. And what I want you to do is look at each of the cards. If you need to touch them, touch them. If you need to kind of separate them out, do so, but don't flip them over. And what you want to do is really spend your time with each card and really ask, is this one red? And I don't want you to look. I don't want you to see if you're right for the first couple cards. I want you to wait until you feel like you're a little bit more centered, like you have that monkey mind, that mind chatter out of the way. And then when you kind of feel like you're more in the zone and more connected to your intuition and you're kind of getting those hits faster, then you can absolutely flip it over and see if you got the matching color right. Now, if some of you are already familiar with kind of how you receive psychic information in the clairs, you can actually take it a step further and pick up only with a certain clair. So you can say, hey, I want to find the other red card, but I only want to hear, clairaudience, where that card is. So this is another way that you can not only just hone your clairs, but force yourself to calm down and kind of get into a meditative state before you start speaking to your guides or getting additional information. So let me know in the comments below if this exercise helped you. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. Different exercises work for different people, but I hope it helps. So pile number 3, just remember that you can absolutely connect with your guides. And really it comes down to your psychic abilities and whether or not you can receive that information clearly, because you've got all that other monkey mind, that mind chatter out of your way, and you're focusing on the intuitive hits instead of kind of your thoughts. Now, if you want more exercises, feel free to check out some of the other piles that I did in this video. And just know my channel is always a resource if you feel like you need additional information. Thank you guys so much for watching my little bit. I hope this helped, and thank you so much, Liv, for having me.